Fischer had crushed the competition on the way to becoming the challenger. He outplayed grandmasters Mark Taimanov and Bent Larsen, beating each by a perfect score of 6-0, a feat no one else had ever accomplished in any candidate's event. After that, he eliminated former world champion Tigran Petrosian 6.5-2.5 to qualify for the biggest challenge of his life.
The 1972 World Chess Championship match between Fischer and Spassky was probably the greatest spectacle in the history of chess. It was front page news every day. It was on evening television coverage, the news there. It was all over the place.
I think that was the golden age of Soviet chess, and maybe chess in general.
It was perceived as a clash between ideologies, democracy and dictatorship, the Soviet megalithic system versus raw-boned American individualism, as expressed by Fischer. But actually, it was just a match between the two best chess players in the world.
The championship in Reykjavik, Iceland was billed as the match of the century. It was the first time in 24 years the World Chess Championship was played outside the USSR.
You couldn't walk into a bar without people watching these 5-hour games every other day. It was a very big thing.
Fischer's pre-match demands should have been an indicator of what was to come. The American Grandmaster demanded more prize money, a larger cut of the movie rights, and he insisted that the match chessboard be remade as a Staunton chess set from Jacques of London. There were moments when it looked like the match wasn't going to happen at all. Fischer failed to make it to the opening ceremony. After a 2-day delay, a British investment banker upped the prize fund. Henry Kissinger, national security advisor for then-President Richard Nixon, reportedly called Fischer and said, "America wants you to go over there and beat the Russians." Fischer eventually landed in Reykjavik mere hours before forfeiting the match. And finally, the match got underway. It was a nail-biter from start to finish, both in and out of gameplay. Fischer didn't show up for the start of Game 1. Spassky made his move and waited. 9 minutes passed before Fischer arrived. Spassky won the first game after his opponent had played a bishop move that looked like a rookie mistake. Fischer blamed the TV cameras for the loss and demanded they be removed for the second game. Organizers refused. Fischer responded by forfeiting the game, handing Spassky another win in the match. Spassky deserves huge credit for saving the match by agreeing to play the third game out of the view of spectators. Game 4 was a compromise. Play resumed back on the main stage in front of spectators, but without TV cameras. The game ended in a draw. Fischer's behavior and demeanor seemed to suggest he was not prepared to compete. But, out of nowhere, he took command of the match, winning games 5, 6, and 8. The final score after 21 games was 12.5 to 8.5. Bobby Fischer was the new world champion. It was an embarrassing loss to the Soviet chess dynasty. Fischer became the first American to win the competition since 1894. The victory also interrupted 24 years of Soviet domination.
Spassky, it's actually a tragedy in a way that the guy's best known for losing a match. And he did so much more than this in his chess career. But, it's just, it's sometimes your fate in life to be known for a defeat rather than, all the many victories that you've had over those years.
Fischer was an instant global celebrity. He returned to his home in New York, where he celebrated an official day in his honor. The Einstein of chess, as he was called, appeared on the cover of Sports Illustrated and made several appearances on television.